Yeah, I know I look crazy, but we about to utilize the space we got. You know what I mean? I know I'm a photographer. I got a shoot today in a few hours, Roman sexy. So I don't really got a lot of space to work with. I'm not gonna go out and be paying for space somewhere else when I'm just starting out. So I'm just gonna sacrifice and use the space that I have. Hopefully I don't get caught by my landlord, but that's another topic. We gonna set up a backdrop in here and set up my soft boxes and all that type of stuff and my snoot, and we're gonna get moving. Yeah, I got about three and a half hours before this girl comes, so we'll try to get as much done as we can out. And I have these beams here. I have these hangers, so I might have to drill these into the wall just to hang my pole on there with my backdrop. It has way more things that came with this, but I'm not gonna use it all. I'm just gonna use these brackets right here and the pole that I had previously got for my my movable backdrop or my portable backdrop. So I'm just gonna use these brackets. I'm gonna maybe nail them into the wall. We'll see what's going on, and yeah. So I'll just start moving. This is my soft box right here. Might not even use this. I might just use use that for my snoot. That was a blooper. I was getting frustrated, but I got that. I got it on. So just gonna tighten this up. Right. Tighten this up this way. Right. And we're good to go. This is my 8600 Pro. This is my flash. My brother told me to buy it. It cost $1,000, but there was a flash sale. Got it for half the price. I was skeptical, like, damn, do I really need it? But then once I got it, I love it. It just has so many different uses. But yeah, this is my snoot that I just bought. Because I want to shoot a continuous light. This girl wants a spotlight portrait session. So we're gonna mess with this snoot, see if we can get a couple different effects. But yeah, it has a bonus mount, so I'm just gonna attach it right here, click it on, and we're good to go. So this is gonna be my snoot. I'll probably use one more light for a fill light, but besides that, we're good to go. I'm gonna go get my my poles and do some measurements and try to get this bracket down to the wall. All right, so these poles, let me turn this air off. These poles came with my newer backdrop stand, but I would just put up my portable backdrop, but the little screws and stuff come out so easily, and I lost a few in the way, and it's sad because I don't have it for maybe 2 months, 2-3 months. So yeah, I still have this because it's hard to lose this. So I'll use this as what my backdrop will sit on. This is gonna be my backdrop will sit on. So I'm just gonna do some measurements and we'll go from there. And we'll go from there. It should be quick and easy. I'm not trying to make this elaborate in case I have to move it again. So I'm just gonna do a quick little bracket setup, have my backdrop down, and then honestly, I wanna, so this is gonna be, she wants a black background, and you see I have white walls in there, so white walls is good for this. It reflects easy, so I'm gonna have to use a couple things to black out my walls. I don't really have a whole lot, so I'm just gonna have to like use what I have. So I'm gonna use a couple robes, a couple hoodies, a couple blankets, and just to cover these windows. And then that way I can make it as dark as possible in here, and we can go from there. So let me just go get my drill and we can start it up. Alright, as you can see, I got one bracket up. It looks fucking crazy, but sorry for my language. I got one bracket up. It looks crazy. My drill died, so it's charging right now. And like I said, I'm not no expert at this. This is just something I want to get into, man. To keep me out of trouble. I got a job. This is just a hobby that I'm picking up. Like I said, I have an older brother. He does photography too, professional. He lets me know, teaches me, lets me know things that I need to know. So yeah, we're just working, man. Nothing happens overnight. Like I said, I'm not an expert at none of this stuff. I'm learning, just learning as I go. I don't really care if the brackets are perfect. I just need it up. I just need it up on the wall so I can let this pole hang and I can let this backdrop down. I don't care if it's uneven, really don't care. Little girl's not 6 feet tall, doesn't matter. As long as I can get the backdrop hung right and it can flow down and I can get these windows covered up, I'll be okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll go ahead and pause the video and I'll just wait for this drill to keep charging. I'm feeling good, man, because I don't have a drill bit for the screws that it came with, but I did find some screws in the house that obviously go to something else. But like I said, I read the reviews on these brackets before I got it. People said they drilled in the drywall and it didn't matter. It still hung secure. And you're talking about this bracket comes with so you can hang 3 backdrops on to these brackets. I'm not doing that. I'm only using 1 backdrop. And I'll take it down, of course, when I'm done. But I'm not using the whole setup. It has chains and everything. Like I said, I'm not really worried about the weight. This paper probably weighs 20 pounds. The pole weighs nothing. So 20 pounds hanging on these screws. I'm gonna put 4 of them in there. I'm gonna use the 4 that I have. So I think I'll be okay. Yeah, I pulled on the bracket already. And it felt pretty snug and secure, and that's with just 1 screw in. So I don't think it's going anywhere. And like I said, I read the reviews on Amazon before I bought this product, and the reviews people were saying they were drilling into the ceiling, they didn't have studs, they were drilling into the drywall, and it worked just fine. And you know, like I said, I'm not gonna use 3 different, I'm not hanging all these papers up there. I'm just using 1 backdrop. It's pretty heavy, but with 4 screws, I should be okay. And then once I get those screws up, once I get the brackets up, I'll hang the backdrop, of course, and then I'll just work on blacking out the room as much as possible before my first client comes. Well, not my first client, but before this client comes. It is my first and only client today. Ever since I got my camera, I've been working with it every single weekend. I've done a lot of shoots. I've been getting paid. You know, some people, I don't take anything personal. So it's like the work is going to speak for itself. I'm just going to keep working, keep grinding, keep getting better. And, you know, I'll get nicer to where people are going to want to book me. I don't have to, you know, do a whole lot of advertising and stuff like that. And I haven't done it anyway, but I'm not going to start. I'm I'm not fiending for more clients. I'm just letting this flow naturally. It's gonna build. I got faith. I'm working with my hands, so it's all up to me, and I know I'm gonna put in the work to get better and get nicer. Like I said, I got everything I need. I got this optical snoot hooked to my 86 Pro, 8600 Pro. I got this other flash. This is a Evol 200 Pro. It does have a continuous light on it too. And then I have other continuous lights in the room. I'm not gonna use those. Yeah, so we'll just see what I got. And yeah, this should be fun. I wanna film when she gets here too. I'm gonna ask her how comfortable she is. If we can do some behind the scenes photos. I don't really know this girl. I haven't really worked with her like that. But it should be fun. I'm not gonna film the whole session, but I wanna film a little bit. Just showing how comfortable the vibe's gonna be. I'm gonna have some music playing, make sure she's real comfortable. Like I said, I don't wanna be a boudoir photographer. That's really not what I wanna get into. Personally, I wanna do weddings, I wanna do engagements, I wanna do things of that nature. I got a Facebook page, Moments by Javon, Instagram page, Moments by Javon. I'm a single dad too, so I need money at the end of the day. If some girl's gonna hit me up and ask me to take some photos for her, and willing to pay me what I want for it, I'm gonna do it. Like I said, it's not something that I'm gonna aggressively try to pursue. Boudoir photos is cool and all that type of stuff. That's just really not what I'm into. But I am about making money. So whenever the opportunity comes, like I said, it's not something I want to focus on. But if I do this one really well and other people, like what I do and try to book me for a similar type session, I might entertain it only for the simple fact that, yes, I'm a single father too, and I need money. But I've done some wedding photos for a couple. I just got booked for an engagement, for engagement photos. And I also just got booked for a wedding reception. So those are the type of the things that I want to get into. More like events, more like where somebody can book me for 4 or 5 hours. I'd rather go to work and do that, and not work a regular job. I want to get booked for events so where somebody's gonna time book me out 4 or 5 hours. I just like bringing a smile to people's faces. It's for me, I want people to understand why I even got photography. It's not about picking up a camera and doing photography. I got out of the act of trying to be selfish and always just worried about myself because it doesn't last. I made a lot of money doing stuff that wasn't legal, so that's not my life anymore. And I feel like the fastest business, there's only 2 types of businesses. You either got a service-based business or you got a product business. And product businesses are more hard to get into. Service business, you're offering yourself a service for the good of other people, so that's more easier. So I picked up a camera. And why I like it, why I fell in love with doing photography is the fact that out of all the clients that I've been shooting since I've picked up my camera, every single one of them has used my photos for their profile pictures on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And then when I see it, I'm just like, damn, I know I did a good job. If I post a photo on Facebook, I might not get a lot of likes or shares, but when one of my clients posts a photo on social media, they get amazing engagement, and then I go down, read the comments, and then I love when I see, oh my gosh, these photos look wonderful. Oh my gosh, good job, photographer, whatever, stuff like that. That brings the joy to me. When I'm sitting back editing photos, some people don't like editing photos. I honestly don't mind it. I kind of sit back, zone out, put some music on, and then just go to work. And then when I'm editing photos, I just know, like when I know I got some good photos, it just makes me so happy. Like I'm like, yeah, when I get this, when I send these photos to my client, they're gonna be so happy. They're gonna love these. And then just that anticipation of knowing that I'm doing a good job, knowing that I got some good photos before the client even sees them, that just brings joy to me. And then once I get give it to them and they love them, that just brings joy to me. It's a different type of joy that I never got in any other thing that I've done, and I like it. So I'm going to continue. I like being of service to other people. Yeah, man, I like helping out other people, and that's just what's been driving me these days, and I'm just gonna stick with it. Like I said, man, I do photography on the side. I got a regular job. I'm a forklift driver. That's neither here or there. I'm in school too, so I won't be a forklift driver forever. But hopefully I don't have to do neither of those things, and I can focus on photography full time. If I can get, real nice with weddings and stuff like that. I would like to be a wedding photographer, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and let this drill charge a little bit, and then I'll resume in about 10 to 15 minutes. That's okay. We'll just, because this one stayed. That one stayed, so we'll just drill these with holes again. That's okay. Okay, look. That's not pulling out. This isn't pulling out either. That looks real secure. I'm gonna go run real quick, see if I can find maybe 2, 3, 4 more screws. Try to get that up there a little more secure. But that is all I need right there. She's not gonna be that tall. She's not gonna be my height. She'll probably be around maybe right here. And if she's right here, I think that's all the space we need. I think that's all the space we need. And then, yeah, because I have a pole that runs in the room, so I actually got it right even where I wanted it to be because it curves outward, so it kind of takes the space for the higher 2 brackets. But this is the room that I needed because, like I said, my bathroom leads behind the camera. So if I need extra space to work with, I can just go into my bathroom a little bit. So yeah, man, we're working. Like I said, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go find a couple more screws to try to get this a little bit more secure. But other than that, I think we're gonna be okay. All right, so I went and found 4 more screws. So we'll just get this up here more securely so we don't have to worry about the backdrop falling on this girl's face. I don't need nothing like that happening today. And that's another one. They have spaces higher, but I think them 2 extra screws, even though it's not the screws that go with the bracket, even though they're short as hell, that's all I have in the drywall, that little bit of screw. But like I said, I just need it for the backdrop purposes, man. I'm just gonna drape that down, use a little bit of tape or whatever I can find around the house to make it look good. And then, yeah, we're gonna go from there, man. I'll pull that down later. I think right now, I'm gonna worry about blacking out the room and getting some things on the wall. I might have to use some more screws I need at least this white wall and this white wall covered. And then I need all these. I have 3 windows over there, and I have 2 windows right here. These all need covered. And then by covering them up, I can uncover it a little bit, you know, to play with the light. I'll have control over the light a little bit if I, you know, let a little bit of light into one or the other window. So yeah, we'll start with there. We'll start with just draping. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this robe behind the camera and put it my first over this window right here. That's fine. So there won't be no light creeping in over that window's cover. Like I said, the backdrop's gonna go down anyway. So I just need to worry about filling up those windows over there. I'm just gonna take some blankets and just drape those windows so no light comes in. All black windows, that would have been better, but I'm just gonna use what I have. Quilt looking thing, it looks pretty thick, so I'll hang it right here. I don't know how far the camera dropped and when it dropped, but I do got blankets all around the walls. Got the black blanket hang out right here, windows covered. I might need to drill another blanket on this wall, but we'll see how I set up my flash and stuff like that. But for now, I'm gonna work on messing with this snoop, man. Let's see what type of effects we're gonna get. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the lights back off. And then, as a matter of fact, I'm about to cut the video. I'm gonna even get some water. I'm thirsty. Coconut water, I'm thirsty. And then when I get back, we'll start messing with these snoops. See what type of lighting we can get. Okay, before I mess with these lights, I'm gonna go ahead and take my backdrop down first, see what we're working with. I think that's all we need right there. I got some clamps, so let me go grab my clamps real quick. I'll work on taping that to the ground in a little bit. Let's get some of this stuff cleared out here first. Let me go grab the gobos and the gels that I want to use for this. I'll be right back. So I got a few gobos. So I want to play around with some of these. I seen on YouTube somebody made a video and said, man, when they started using these gobos and stuff, it just took their photography to another level. So we'll just play with it. I like this one a lot. There's so many different designs on here. I'm not with all the extra design type things. She wants a spotlight, so we'll give her a spotlight. I like this single one right here, that rectangle. I really like that. So we're gonna play with this one. And this magnetic too, so it just works. It just works. And I have this like pinkish reddish gel right here. We may use it. I want to play around with the colors. I want to play around with everything. So we may use it. We may use it. We may use it. yours. Hopefully today's photo shoot turns out just the way I want it to, man. We're grinding. We're gonna see. I'm gonna pray real quick. Yeah, hopefully I don't make an ass out of myself. Alright guys, yeah, this is the finished product. I'm actually liking it because I think it's gonna rain outside. So it's just making the sky even more darker. I can always add light, you know, I can't, it's hard to take it away. But as you can see, I got everything set up, windows covered, black stone walls so we don't get a lot of reflection from the white walls. Everything's set up nice. I got a reflector over here. I got 2 flashes there. Yeah, man, I'm just waiting. Today was a lot of work. Had to move a lot of stuff out of this room, drill some stuff up, hang backdrops up. I'm just waiting on my client to come. She should be here in about an hour. So until then, I'm gonna just relax and chill. I've been messing with the camera, messing with my settings. I believe that I got them just right where I needed to be. So when she comes, we're just gonna take a couple practice shots and we're gonna get right to it. Yeah, we'll have some music going, stuff like that. Yeah, man, this is my first. I've worked with female clients before, but this is my first, like, you know, I wouldn't even call it a boudoir session, but it is a little, you know, intimate. She's gonna be wearing, you know, that type of clothing, whatever. It's a grown and sexy shoot. That's how she put it to me. So her birthday's coming up. You know how these females are. So we're just gonna try to make her as comfortable as possible. You know, let her whatever she needs. I got the bathrooms right here, so I'm gonna have her walk through the door right here when she comes up, and then into the room. Bathrooms right here. She can do whatever she gotta do in there, and then we'll be good to go. And then definitely, you already know I'll be. Oh well, I said I wanted to. I want to shoot a little bit while she's here. We'll do some behind the scenes while she's here. See how I interact with the clients, stuff like that. I'm not going to be wearing this. I'm about to chill, hop in the shower, and freshen up before she gets here. Not wear pajamas and a t-shirt. Look a little bit more professional. But yeah, everything's done. I'm excited, a little nervous, but I'm excited. I've done backdrop photography already. It came out perfect, but I didn't manipulate the light. I never manipulated the light where I wanted it to be a dark room. I never did a spotlight photo session. So this is new for me, but I like it. It's exciting, new things. Hopefully this brings more opportunity my way. People see I take my work serious. Yeah, that's all we got. We're gonna mess around a little with a couple gobos, and I might swap out. I got my 85 prime on right now. Sony G Master 85 prime. It's amazing. I love that lens. This is my favorite lens. I also have a Sony 16 to 35, so I might play with that 35mm length. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Because the 35, it just makes things look like it's a bigger space than what it is. So I don't have any props. It's kind of going to be a standing shoot. But I've seen some good ones on Pinterest. I've seen some good ones online. You don't really need a whole lot of props. The focus is going to be on my client. And yeah, man, it's going to be nice. I'm excited. So until then, I'm going to cut the video out, and I'll see you guys back soon.